What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch episode 1132 of One Piece. We are continuing, thank goodness, with the Kuma flashback, which has been absolutely spectacular so far. Obviously, I think last episode was my favorite of the bunch so far. That real, and then not that it already wasn't emotional, because what you know what's gonna happen essentially. Between Kuma and Bonnie, but the connection with Ginny last episode really hit its head, really hit its stride, and man, One Piece just knows how to make you get emotional when it comes to these flashbacks. No other show in the history of shows is able to, and obviously, because of the length too, it's hard to do this, but no other show has had genuinely like 30 emotional 10 out of 10 flashbacks. No show. So I'm ready to get into it, man. I'll talk a lot at the end. I'll talk a lot throughout the episode. I want to hop straight into it. If you guys do like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I'd really appreciate it. I've got the full-length reaction up on Patreon, and if you enjoy the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. Let's get into it. Well, what'd you expect me to do? And he could have popped some backup with him too, if he really wanted. But he wants to fight. Jesus Christ. Wife? I mean, I don't know. Like a sexual slave? Cause I mean, if I'm a celestial dragon, I wouldn't want to mingle with a dirty regular. So I'm gonna assume that, like I said, okay, I'm gonna count that as a correct prediction. Okay, I'm gonna assume that the celestial dragon is going to impregnate Ginny, and Kuma will take care of it. Which, hey, I mean, is not weird, but as fucked up as that is, it's almost like a win-win. He doesn't feel like he's burdened a child with his blood, but he also gets to take care of. Yay! 3 years of fighting finally paid off. No, that you should have just called them over earlier. They would have solved it. Hey, look, it's crazy. He does finally. He's starting to look empty. All the other episodes of the flashback, he looked happier and more life-filled and brighter than I would have expected a Kuma flashback from like hundreds of episodes ago. Wow, she broke out? Oh, what's on her? Ice? Diamonds? Rocks? No, I don't want to cry. I don't know. I don't want to cry. He's heartless. Not in like a make fun of him way or anything like that. Oh, I've got goosebumps.
Ginny!
No! Stop it, don't make me cry. Lucky me. Oh my god. Surprised they didn't just straight up kill her. Oh, is she back? She back home? Tell me where you are. I will fly to you. Oh, dude. Gone for 2 years, you finally get her back for a second, and she's gonna die anyway. No. Doesn't want to see her like that? Now, hold up if we never see a body. Come on, go there, go there. If we never see a body. No. Come on. Jesus. What kind of sickness is that? Just another mystery. Add this mystery. Fucking run into Medusa? What happened? No! Stop! I told you at the beginning of the episode, they always do this. No, we're gonna hear baby start crying too. So Bonnie is part celestial dragon. No. Stop! I'm not gonna cry! Stop it! I'm not gonna cry. I wanna cry. Oh my god, dude. No, these people watch them grow up together, essentially. Be young lovers. No. So she doesn't run away. Stop! No! Oh my god, that is a fat fucking... What did Deborah Morgan say? Fat fucking roly-poly chubby something? Oh my god, the thing is like a pure circle. Dragon sitting back at the crib. Bro, where the heck my people at? Which one of you old geezers taught her that word? Now the question is, are we ever going to find out what celestial dragon? Is he, you know what I mean? Is it going to be something as crazy as Saturn himself, or... Because you got to think, like, this flashback, we have, like, at least 3 or 4 more episodes, too, because we got to get into this whole... He's got to raise her, and then he's got to have Vegapunk, and... Oh, my God. Damn, did he just... He really just disappeared from the army for, like, 3 years? I mean, like, I'm not angry at him or blaming him or anything like that. Like, no, this is good. Okay, he went back and forth. Aww. Did Bonnie and Sabo, like, hang out when they were younger at all? Was there any shared playdates or playdates after they... Oh, uh-oh. Did we stop that, slow that down? Or did he go searching for a fruit to de-age? No, I'm lying to you. Thanks, Dragon. You an OG. No, she's so cute. Oh, this was 7 years ago, so she's 12. I don't know if they 100% said that. She's 12. I'm gonna be honest, it looks kind of cool. Obviously, if it's a disease that can kill you, it's a problem. But they look kind of cool. In small doses. Aww. Let's just put her in like a skin-tight body wrap. Uh-oh. Did Bonnie said that he saw her form, or Luffy's form, you know what I mean? At the beginning of the arc, I forget exactly what she said about it. I just know that she said she saw it, or you look different in the paper, something like that. I wonder if Bonnie just straight up knows about Luffy being Nika. No, don't close your eyes. Go to sleep. Don't listen. She's gonna run away. Is he gonna like seek out this like AJ's? I forget what her fruit's called. AJ's fruit, something like that, to like reverse symptoms. This poor guy has had the worst life of all time, and he's the perfect person. She gone already? Aww. I'm getting Monsters Inc. vibes. She's so cute! No! This is so sad! Why did we not deal with his ass? Okay, that was episode 1132 of One Piece. Another phenomenal one. Another one that I almost cried like 5 times. I love Kuma. I loved Ginny. Bonnie's excellent, man. She's again, it's hard because she's still so young. You know, obviously I now know that she is technically 12 years old. It's so sad because, you know, it's like Luffy. You know, it's heartbreaking to see Luffy, you know, after Marineford and seeing how heartbroken he is because of how naturally positive and naturally outgoing and naturally so innocent he is. It's the same with Bonnie. You know, seeing how Bonnie is now, how angry and rash and, you know, heartbroken she is. It makes me emotional just seeing her in that state because I know how she normally should be. I know that how she should act if, you know, everything normal happened to her life, but no. And this poor man Kuma. This poor man Kuma is the greatest man in the history of existence. He is the nicest, the sweetest, the most capable. He's everything you could ever want. And everything possible has gone wrong. Okay? Anyone he's ever loved, any idea he's ever cared about, anything. It just burns up in front of him. And now I'm thinking too, again, the only thing that I was saying in the middle of the episode, like, after all the stuff I've seen, and I already know there has to be so much more because he has to get in contact with Vegapunk. The stuff with Saturn has to come out. I would assume we're going to slowly see him deteriorate. I would assume we're going to see him make a deal with Vegapunk to, you know, keep my consciousness in there one last time, or something like that, where he creates a good relationship with Vegapunk. So, like, with that being the only couple things I really know, I would assume that he's going to meet up with Vegapunk pretty soon, and Vegapunk being Vegapunk can probably think of something. But I don't know if it's going to be a scenario. Like, again, I don't know how watched over, how controlled Vegapunk is at this time. I could see a world in which Kuma has to make a deal, you know what I mean? Save my daughter's life and cure the disease, and I'll give you some of my consciousness to help you with whatever experiment you're going with, and then maybe Saturn twists Vegapunk's arm to, you know what I mean, keep stealing stuff from Kuma. I don't know. But Ginny, man, I love Ginny too. I love Ginny, man. She's so sweet, and no. Why does this show always have to rip your heart out? Nothing happy can ever happen, okay? I just want to live in a world where Kuma and Ginny can live a perfect life together. They were soulmates. They were soulmates, man. Oh my god, I think I talked about it in the middle of the episode. I do wonder if we're ever gonna find out who the husband was. Again, I don't really. It's not gonna be Charlos. I don't really know that many Celestial Dragons. I know Charlos and Mjosgard got killed. So, Saturn, I don't know, because it's also weird. It's not like there was a celestial dragon's wife. If I'm putting myself, I feel like Lunge, Detective Lunge from Monster. If I'm a celestial dragon, I would not want to marry one of these bum ass subhumans. I mean, sure, this is gonna sound wild, but you know what I mean. I'm just thinking. Like I don't really think they'd want to marry them. Maybe sure use them as a slave, and throw them aside. But I'm surprised they didn't kill her straight up. So I don't know. I like that episode, man. This whole flashback has been great. Like it's crazy too because obviously, as I said it like 20 times in this episode, One Piece's flashbacks never disappoint. They are always 10 out of 10 top tier. It's again, I have a lot of reservations about some of the storytelling, some of the formats, and all that post time skip. I feel like for the most part, it's worse writing than pre time skip. But that being said, the flashbacks are something that not only have they not dipped at all, they keep getting better and better and better. It's something that Oda will never let us down on, and it's so interesting because there's so many other characters. Like, and I'm gonna say I don't need all of these characters that I'm gonna mention to have like Kuma length flashbacks. But you know what I mean? People like a Mihawk, like a Crocodile, like all these other people, they're gonna need flashbacks as well. So I'm just excited to see what can happen, and because those stuff again, I think I spoke about this last episode or maybe the episode before, but I think a lot of people misunderstand what kind of writer Oda is. Oda is not someone who plans every single detail. Thousands of episodes before. He has a lot of foreshadowing, and he keeps the story very open-ended so he can pivot when needed. But as you can see with Warlords or Supernovas or anything like that, he changes a lot as he goes in a good way. That's not a negative to his writing skill or anything like that. It's a positive. My favorite author of all time, George R. R. Martin, writes the same exact way. He just, when he has a new idea, he has to add the new idea, and anything else that he's thought of will sort of come later, if that makes any sense. That's how Oda is. But some of these flashbacks have to be pre-planned. You know what I mean? Stuff like this, like Mihawk and Crocodile, and I would assume this Kuma flashback. I would assume that most of this stuff was thought out pretty far ahead of time. And I had props in that regard, man. And like I said, it's one of those things I'm going to say something. A show that's run this long couldn't do this. Now, straight up, a show can't run this long unless you're One Piece. Like to my knowledge, well, it's a good question to ask if there's anyone listening to this discussion. What shows last this long? I know, like, I'm pretty sure something like Pokemon runs pretty long, but I've never seen an episode of Pokemon. I will wildly at some point I will watch it for my channel. But something like Pokemon, I don't really think has like an intense story. It's kind of formulaic, unlike One Piece. So, like, what's the longest story that's the quality of One Piece? You know what I mean? That, you know what I mean, runs. I know that I don't quote me exactly, but I think maybe Fairy Tail or Black Clover or something like that may have like 200 episodes. Maybe Bleach has like 200 episodes. Now I know Naruto's pretty long, but even then that gets split up into a couple different shows. So I don't know if there's a specific show that lasts for a very long time. But like, what is the anime that is the closest comparable length to One Piece? That's maybe like I'm just throwing out Detective Conan, or I know that's pretty long. I think. I don't know, but let me know in the comments, guys. I want this flashback to go on forever. You know what I mean? Like, I could take another 15 episodes of this. It's probably not going to be 15 episodes. It's funny. So talk about the flashbacks. My friend, who's is watching One Piece for the first time. Just got to the Odin flashback. So it's, you know what I mean? Like, a part of you like just wants to drop everything and rewatch it because it's so good. But literally all of the flashbacks are like that, man. All of them. But yeah, just thinking about the next couple episodes, I would assume that Kuma is going to come into contact with Vegapunk. Either Vegapunk's going to know how to solve it, or find someone who will. Oh, maybe Dr. Hiraluke? Doc Hiraluke going to pop up somehow? I would really like that. Or Kureha. Maybe they're past friends with Vegapunk. I don't know. It's I will say this though, because I'm just thinking, if Vegapunk does solve this disease thing, or knows how to solve it, a part of me is still, again, no, don't bring out the pitchforks, but I'll repeat what I said a couple minutes ago. I am slightly disappointed with the storytelling and the quality of the writing post time skip. I feel like there's a lot of missed opportunities that Oda has just completely whiffed on. You know, if Vegapunk is this super smart doctor and all that, I would want Chopper to learn something from him. I want, you know, Frankie. Again, I went to this arc expecting Frankie to have such a big... Again, I don't care about fucking power-ups. I don't care about power-ups. I want story development. I want arcs. You know, the best arc in this entire show is Water 7 Eddie's Lobby because of the storylines. Okay, Whole Cake is amazing because of Sanji. You know, countless other details like that in which arcs are the best at their peak because of the character development, and I just really think that that's severely lacking post time skip. I mean, me personally, the only post time skip, so like 600, 700 episodes, the only arc that I can say like quantifies as character development or a strong character focus for Straw Hat is probably Whole Cake. You know what I mean? That's it. That's very disappointing. But I feel like they could have had Chopper and Frankie go on a great sort of, you know what I mean? Sort of like almost like a trainee to Vegapunk and learn some stuff from him. But no. None of that will happen. But I think that that's gonna be it. Again, another really fantastic episode. I appreciate you guys for watching this with me. If you guys like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I've got the full-length reactions up on Patreon. I have the entirety of the Egghead arc full-length reaction over on Patreon, so again, if you're interested, check that out. And finally, and most importantly, if you enjoy the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, finally, it really does help me out. So, I'll see you guys in a week, hopefully. I didn't look at like normally, I don't really look at the preview, so I would hope that there's an episode next week, so if there's no video next week, you guys know that it got delayed a week, but I'll see you guys hopefully in a week. You guys have a good one.